It feels like a brand new day. Oh, I see life in a different way. Yeah. My God, no, my own. Yeah. My life is in the Master's hands. Oh, which is Master's hand. He had a beyond for me. Had a beyond for me. Yeah. He had a beyond for me. Oh, had a beyond for me.
To Beyond the Second Shift. We have an amazing guest with us today, Delores Burgess, founder of Tri-Action Center and the owner of the New Brio Theater in Tucker, Georgia. Let's welcome Delores to our stage. Well, good morning.
Morning.
Good afternoon, wherever you are.
It's morning. It's still morning.
It's still morning. That's good.
Yeah.
I'm so glad to have you with us. We've had such an amazing journey of shifts between you and I.
Oh, wow.
Knowing
Haven't
each other, haven't we? To
Mhm.
say the least, huh?
For sure.
We have known each other almost 20 years now.
Oh, yes. It's been a long time.
And
Long.
we've seen some shifts, we've had some journeys and some excursions and several destinations.
Yeah.
You know, when we're talking about Beyond the Second Shift, and I was so interested in having you as one of our guests because I've had the opportunity to view some of your shifts
Mhm.
and your journeys and your. Let's look at it from the perspective of a road trip.
Mm.
I recall taking several road trips, flew a lot, but I also really enjoyed the road trips because it gave me a view of different things, different aspects of
Mhm.
where I was going. But I want to ask you, if you don't mind, when taking a road trip or a journey and you're going down the highway, expressway, or whatever, interchange, and you see an exit.
Mm.
Now, many times that particular exit isn't always the one you should take. It may have the name of the city on it, but it also may be one of several exits you can take. What is your perspective on shifting as in exit? Is it the same or would you feel it be different?
Wow. Great question. Not surprised coming from you. Uh, um, I think for me, when I think of it from that perspective, is it depends on where I am, the environment that I'm in. Because I had to school my husband a little bit about traveling when we were very early in our marriage, and we would travel from Baltimore to Chattanooga or from Harrisburg to back to home, that kind of thing. He would always be open to just get off any exit just because it said exit. There were times when I didn't feel comfortable getting off on certain exits because of, let's just say, wisdom or things that I knew about the environment that I would say, no, that's not a good place to get off. That's not a good place. You should be aware of this. You should be, cautious of this or of that. So I can look at that in two perspectives or two ways, is that, some of that may have been fear on my behalf, and the other was using good wisdom to protect us, to be certain that we would not, let's just say, walk into a situation that we didn't necessarily need to, if we just went a little bit further and got off on the exit where, let's just say, there were many more people, more light, and a place where you could probably make a phone call if you needed to. So, and I think as we journey life, we all find ourselves, first of all, looking at who we are, or becoming victims sometimes to who we are. But when we look at our environment, we can use that wisdom to determine, or if we should or should not, let's just say, go any further into a situation when we have wisdom and we know better.
Well, very, very good points that you brought out. Dolores, when you look at an exit, is it always, and I'm using that term lightly, always, is it always wise to see that exit as a destination, or maybe just a resting stop or a place to regroup?
Yeah.
What would you say to that?
Yeah, I don't think every exit is a destination at all. I really don't. I think sometimes we need to exit for, like you said, for respite, for recovery, for rejuvenation. We need to get off and refresh ourselves, or to just stop for a moment, because sometimes we can just go and go and go and be so busy and think that we're doing something, thinking that we're pleasing God, and we're really just doing for ourselves to try to make ourselves feel better or to feel useful or purposeful or whatever. So I don't think an exit is always a destination, especially if I have not reached the journey or reached the destination that I'm trying to get to. If I have a certain city or a certain event or a certain place that I'm trying to arrive at, to get off on an exit is just it's a breaking point or a stopping point, temporary. So I would say no, it's not always a destination, but I think that even in the exits, though, you can always gain something and say that at that point or at that destination, this is where I learned or I picked up or I was able to. And that within itself can feel like a destination, but I don't think exits are to be looked upon in that way.
Do you think they're learning stops, value stops,
Absolutely.
to reevaluate, navigate, and possibly accumulate?
Yeah,
Because
sure.
when we accumulate strength and rest, we can achieve so much more.
Absolutely. Yeah, I really do. I think I agree with you completely. I mean, I've had to get off on 3 different exits. I'm a 3-time breast cancer conqueror. So, whew, and those were exits that I didn't expect to get off on, but I had to get off. I literally had to take that exit and take care of myself, had to make some wise choices, had to make some very difficult and scary choices, had to find greater hope and faith. So, absolutely, we find strength, we find wisdom, we find renewing, we find, a whole lot of amazing things that are beneficial to us when we do exit.
What would you share with someone that's possibly getting off on an exit or considering taking an exit? How would you speak to their emotion, their spirit, their mind?
Well, I'll just say, keeping in the context of looking at it from a spiritual perspective, to first of all understand the journey, if you will, is just that, it's a journey. And there may be a destination where you're trying to get to, but with God and God's sense of humor and God's meticulous way that he deals with us, how he strengthens us, and helps us to really condition these muscles of faith, the exit can be something that's really unexpected. So I would say always faithfully approach an exit from a spiritual perspective. Always faithfully approach an exit and expect that you will gain something. Go in with the openness of God allowing you to learn something, to be able to gain something that's going to be beneficial to you and your journey. To always be aware and carry the wisdom that you have into that situation as you begin to exit carefully, but at the same time openly, because you never know who you're going to meet. You never know who you're going to end up, let's just say, just having a conversation with, that could really improve your life, even though that wasn't the person that you were going to see. That wasn't your destination. The Lord puts people in our lives and in our paths for whatever we need at that time and at that moment. And so I've had some amazing experiences with exits that I was not, let's say, so favorable of at the time, but I walked away with something so much valuable than I could have even ever imagined. So yeah, I'm going to say approach the exit on the upside, carefully, but positively.
Well, if I might ask, are you presently or have you recently been in a shift?
Oh, yes. Oh my gosh. I have. I mean, at the top of the show, you introduced me as the owner of the Brio Theater. My husband and I, we have been very prayerful, I guess me more so than him, about owning my own theater. I love art. You and I, we've done this creative thing together on so many levels. And so my creativity, it just won't sit. You know what I mean? It just keeps, just wanting more and desiring more. And either that or maybe I'm not doing enough. I don't know. But anyway, as far as the arts are concerned and theater and presenting and bringing stories to life, I was very prayerful about a theater. So that's the journey, right? I'm on the journey to look for a theater, because I was going to build one at first. And then we decided, no, it wasn't the time. After COVID, a lot of things changed. And so we just kind of kept looking and kept being prayerful about it. And we happened up on one, back in October of 2024. And in May of 2025, we started renovation. Now, that was a major exit. We got off the main road to renovate this building. And I mean, we were there every single day. I mean, hours and hours upon hours, sometimes to 1 a.m., 2 a.m., just really making sure that things were getting done and juggling all of the issues and problems and surprises and that kind of thing. Still being prayerful and hopeful, looking at finances and thinking, okay, oh my God, we're over budget on this and all of that. But the whole point was that my heart was just, at the same time of all of the issues that we had to deal with, it was like my heart was on a different exit, because it was still encouraged and excited and energized and ready for, when we were done, the work that we would do, the people that we would bring in, the community that we would gather, the stories that we would tell, stories that would likely never, ever have been told before. So yeah, man, the journey with these particular exits, I mean, I've been on a few right now. And so we finished, we got done. We opened up in December, and it's been amazing. It's just been amazing. That's all I can say. Now I'm on an exit where I need to meet somebody on that exit who I can bring in to now be like an administrative assistant or someone like that, because it's overwhelming, the calls and the requests that we're getting and all of that. So, yeah, I am really in a serious shift right now, Pastor BJ, which is a beautiful one. At the same time, it's a little bit frustrating, but it's a really good problem to have. It's a good shift to be in. I'll put it that way.
You said something a little earlier. I want to stick a pin in.
Okay.
You said sometimes the shift or the exit may be temporary.
Mm-hmm.
How do you present a permanent situation in a temporary location?
Ooh. Well, for example, a problem, something that could really cause you to sink into a space It could cause you to get angry with God. It could cause you to think that you can't, or it could cause you to have negative thoughts about the situation or whatever. It's really only there. It's only there to show you that you are tried and true in the Lord. In other words, you can handle the challenge. Just keep pressing, keep God first. Find some relief in it, meaning that don't wear yourself out filled with stress, because we don't gain another day, a second, or a moment by stressing. But I believe these moments that we encounter, these temporary challenges or temporary episodes in life, are there to strengthen us, where God knows that we need something more. But yet the permanency is the thing that we're going to do. It's the assignment, or it's the work that we're preparing to do. And once we make it through that temporary challenge or that temporary moment, we can now get to it, but we're going to get to it better than we were had we not had that temporary situation. So temporary can be, I look at it as, like I said, conditioning. It's conditioning those muscles that are a little bit weak and they need to be strengthened a little bit. And if we stand and if we, seek God, and if we just really put our heart and soul into it, we can get through it. We really can. And then be in that space of serving and doing what it is that God has really called us to do and called us to be.
Well, I can definitely identify, Delores, even with Beyond the Second Shift.
Mm-hmm.
This is definitely a shift for me. And, but it's comfortable. It's like, this is what I was called to do. This is what I've been commissioned to do. Ministry for me has always been, let's say, creative, to use your word, because there's so many ways to approach, dispense, and deliver the gospel.
That's right.
Of Jesus Christ. And I've always admired your creative spirit and how you've taken what seemed abnormal and brought it to a place of normalcy and acceptance. And that's not always comfortable for some people to understand.
That's true.
And I for one, have not always been easy to understand. One of the ladies that was in our Women of Power used to say, it can't be explained, it must be experienced. And I found in adapting to second, third, and fourth shifts that I don't always have to explain it.
You don't.
I don't always have to explain it.
You don't.
I just enjoy experiencing it. And I want so many others to experience it. And by saying that, I would like for you to like, subscribe, and become and share Beyond the Second Shift. It's on YouTube, Facebook, coming to Instagram soon. And just be a part. Speaking of being a part, let's share one of our sponsors, By My Hands.
Discover wellness and skincare solutions with Freedom Pathways.
Awesome. Thank you, our producer, Eagle Vision Productions, Richard J.R. Reynolds, who is an amazing force in Beyond the Second Shift. He's our producer along with our underwriter, and I'm blessed to have him as a part of this team that makes Beyond the Second Shift what it is. So again, thank you, Delores. Would you come back and visit with us again?
Of course, anytime, anytime. It was a blessing always. I appreciate the time, the conversation, the creative conversation. I really do. And I love you and I appreciate all that you're doing. Thank you so much, Pastor BJ. It was a pleasure.
You're so welcome. Dolores, it's a pleasure as always with you. God bless you. Again, like, share, and become a part of Beyond the Second Shift. Our Cash App is $ Beyond, and Zelle Beyond Second. And our Zelle is 678-360-5002. God bless you. Do you know you've been selected to shift?
It feels like a brand new day. Oh, I see life in a different way. Yeah.